This is Get Inspired with Lyeese. Thanks for joining me. Today's topic: defeating patterns. It's evident we're all creatures of habit. It's easy to develop patterns in life, however, all patterns are not good. The ones that most commonly defeat us are the ones we need more help in defeating. Change is not always easy, but it is required in order for us to escape our defeating patterns. Please be watchful. Defeating patterns or bad habits can still follow you to a new environment. The renewing and transforming of the mind must take place to ward off that old habit in a new place. I don't just mean a new area, but I'm referring to a new thought process, a new you, a transformed you. We can be transformed by identifying our own defeating patterns. If you don't know what defeats you, then you won't think there's anything to change. Identification is the first step in the process. So, how do you identify? You identify by noticing what things, thoughts, or habits keep you in a cycle of defeat. Most often, we can recognize what is repetitive in our actions. We may have a valid reason for it too. Our reasoning doesn't necessarily make it bad, but the defeat comes in when our reasoning stunts our growth. Recognition leads to the second step in the process: acknowledgement. You must acknowledge the defeating pattern. Acknowledgement doesn't mean you have to accept the defeating pattern, but it will help you in correcting the bad habit. When you acknowledge there's a problem, then it helps you get closer to solving the issue. Which brings us to the final step: rectification. In order to solve the issue, we must correct it. There must be a conversion that takes place. To convert simply means to change or transform. However, this is the most difficult step because it requires the most work. It's not something that likely happens overnight. However, all things are possible to him that believes. Conversion takes a great deal of effort, patience, prayer, and actively engaging in change. Deliverance doesn't come through avoidance. It comes when you're face to face with the situation. Your response, when faced with your defeating pattern, confirms if a conversion has taken place. Avoiding the situation keeps you bound to defeat. Identifying, acknowledging, and rectifying the defeating pattern will lead you to a healthy, renewed, and transformed life. In return, expand your growth area and loosen any shackles. Here at Get Inspired, we have a prayer list called 100 Blessings from God, and efforts to pray for others and see the manifestation of God's blessings through your prayer request. When prayers are answered, we add another prayer as they are requested with the opportunity to pray for hundreds. If you desire prayer, please drop your request in the comments below or send us an email at getinspired.thejourney@gmail.com. This is Get Inspired with Lyeese. Thanks for joining me. Be safe, blessed, and prosperous.